Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Here we go. Set. Ready.
Here's the first carry for Jonathan Taylor. And he's able to maneuver this up past the 30. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
Gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Let's go now. Ready.
Throwing from the pistol, Richardson. Throwing the out route complete. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Brought to the ground by Dante Jackson.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd.
They're going to turn to Taylor on 3rd down. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a 1st down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
1st down throw here from Richardson. And that's incomplete, but he might have done a little too much to cause that. Flag comes out, and this could be interference. 1st and 10 for him now, following the penalty.
Check, man. Check, man. Go.
They'll run here, following the penalty. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
We take a break from his regularly scheduled programming of pass coverage duties to see him adding a little contribution in the run support. And his teammates, you can just see the body language. A little nod, a little grin. They'll welcome the reinforcements every time.
Pressure's there, and the steel curtain closes on him. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
A 7-yard loss brings up 3rd down.
They won't snap it in time. That is going to be the end of the 1st quarter. Neither side separating much so far. We'll take a brief pause and head back to Lucas Oil Stadium after this. Ready now for our 2nd quarter. The Colts have the football. They're stuck behind the sticks on 3rd and long.
60 Maverick. 60 Maverick.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there.
I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or he just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual at this level to see a drop pass unless there's a hit involved.
Come on, come on.
Now Richardson on 4th down. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Steelers take over.
From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and we are underway from Miami. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Harris. And they are not going to let him turn the corner. Some serious pressure right out of the gate. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's 2nd down. Now Wilson. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. Well, that's not the way you want to start. A first pass attempt and a first drop all in one.
Well, you've got plenty of time to make up for it, but obviously not the way you want to get things started. Got to shake that off and get going.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll let it fly for Austin. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
Well, they certainly weren't afraid to let it fly early, and they hope that'll keep the defense honest and keep the offensive guys excited about getting back out there. They are in attack mode in this game. It did backfire a little bit. Now you're just hoping your defense can keep them off the scoreboard so you're not facing a deficit the next time you run out there.
Now Tua just going to bat this forward on the end around. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there, and they'll go backwards right away. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by Joey Porter Jr. Finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. And he finds Austin complete. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Play action. It's Wilson. Looking right side, and it's intercepted. Pushing his way through. And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
Well, it doesn't take a whole lot of investigation to figure out why they're still sitting at 0 on the scoreboard, because their quarterback's got to wake up and start reading defense a heck of a lot better after throwing his 2nd interception.
1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they... Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. It's the ex-Dolphin, Minkah Fitzpatrick. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
And, partner, I think this is where long-term starters in the NFL separate themselves from the rest of the pack, because there's still 3 full quarters left in this one. More than enough time to move past a pair of early mistakes and find a way to lead your team to a win. Mental resiliency, a characteristic every NFL team's looking for in their quarterback.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Going across the foot. Now a loose football. The ball comes out and brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was out there waving his arm saying, throw it here, dropped it, not a good look.
Well, all I can do is just look at him with contempt on that one. As a defensive back, I'm saying, not as an announcer. Just like, really?
A little bit of a diva look, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so, because I think what happens is he just had too much time to think. He's wide open now. Here comes the ball, and he doesn't concentrate and drops it.
Wilson. That is caught, and he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Mike Williams, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Steelers are on the board first here this afternoon.
The Steelers will line up for the two-point conversion.
Wilson going to throw for it. And that is going to be caught. And it moves the lead to 8-0. Interesting. I mean, their kicker's fine, but they just opt to be aggressive and go for two, and they get it.
Does that not remind you of Mike Tomlin of a few seasons ago? Remember that when he started out the season, just this spate of going for two all the time and really making people understand, we're going to be aggressive. We're going to come after you. That felt like that Mike Tomlin coaching the team again.
Didn't he do that when they initially moved the extra point back a little bit?
He certainly did. Started to play a little analytics there and also let people know I feel really confident with my offense on the field.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. Short throw to Smith. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Tua sets up to pass it. And going deep for Hill. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. It's a big play there for Miami. 53 yards. 1 quarter down, 8-0 the score.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Steelers.
Second quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football as they go to work on a 1st and goal.
Go ahead. Ready, set.
Here's Tua. That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Dolphins have cut the lead back down to 2. Tua and the Dolphins offense staying put. They'll go for 2.
Solo left side. Out.
The Tua going to try and throw for it. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And a pretty slick return there. Almost got it to the 45. Officially, they'll call him down at the 44. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the Dolphins are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. And the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at about the 32. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. He'll let this go deep for Waddle. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jalen Waddle with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Dolphins have taken the lead.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
You said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
14. Go. Got it.
Now Wilson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Kendall Fuller. Well, CD, you know, when earlier about spreading the ball around in this game. I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. An excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
Go ahead.
Tua going to throw. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Now Tua. Open man is Hill. He's got it. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Looking to pass. Tua. Open man is Waddle, complete. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Jalen Waddle on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns as his guys are able to extend their lead. Sanders now to add the extra point. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. They'll toss to Harris. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down, then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Here's Fields. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. Fields now to throw. Austin is there and brings in another one. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
Here we go.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. Harris has it over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half.
Here we go. We're good. That's right.
Now it's Fields. That one out wide and intercepted. Gets past one man. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. So that now 2 consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. He's trying to do a little too much out there.
Oh, I like where you're going with that maybe he's pressing it a little bit, trying to be too fine with his throws, or maybe overestimating his arm. It could be a combination of all of those things. In any event, he's got to get it figured out and in a hurry.
After the turnover, it's Tua. His throw incomplete. He was looking for Jalen Waddle there, and now it's 2nd down.
Come on.
Off of play action, Tagovailoa. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Complete. Smith has it. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the 1st half of play.
I thought maybe when he caught it, he'd have a good chance of getting that 1st down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They'll try it now with Mostert. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Here's Wilson. He's got this to Pickens. Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there. That shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Good.
Now it's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right.
And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
2nd and 10.
19. 14. Left half. Good play.
Throwing is Wilson. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Well, Charles, it's so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They've reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
and they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Open man downfield is Waddle. He's got it. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return.
It's not often that we see big plays end in disaster, and we just absolutely saw it right there. They had something really big cooking on that one.
Can you, when you're down near the goal line like that on a big play, do you get maybe a little too careless, a little too desperate for the goal line?
I think the last part is exactly right. You get desperate for the goal line, and sometimes you get the ball out of it, away from your body, or you're trying to extend to get there, or maybe you're just trying so hard that the ball will come out of your hands. In any event, that's a big opportunity lost.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
They throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with it.
And my goodness, another interception.
Picked up by Javon Holland.
And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
They're looking at a 2nd and 8 now from the 10. Running the counter with Mostert.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Durham Smythe from...
Feel like I'm never enough. I say I don't give up, so I keep down low. Slowly coming undone, yeah. I run in circles. Get back, get away. But watch me try hard anyway. It's so fake, self-hate's killing me. I know that I'm not that, and I'm sick of pretending. So sick of pretending. I need to run away to not be just like the others. Hide my face. No one knows it's pulling me under. Feels like I'm gone.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to downtown Detroit and Ford Field, the home of the Lions. All right, just about set for football. The crowd is definitely ready. So are we. Off we go on EA Sports. Now an opening past the 30. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Right to the air, here's Goff. Open man, it's Jameson Williams. 16 yards on the game, and a quick first down. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. On play action, Goff. First down throw there is incomplete.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
Throwing on 2nd down, Goff. Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush. This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
On 4th down, Goff. That's taken in, and he's going to have a Lions first down, and it's a big letdown there defensively. Somehow they allow them to convert on 4th and long. From the gun, it's Goff. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. Down the field, he's got St. Brown. And he will Detroit. Exactly the way they scripted this one. A beautiful opening drive, Greg. Able to find the end zone on the game's first possession.
And, Mike, the word that comes to mind looking at that drive.
Oh, got him again the second time with a sack on this opening drive. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. And that's going to be short, not making it to the landing zone. So this means the ball's going to come out to the 40-yard line. A pair of first downs gives them 1st and 10, up at the 40. The drive starts with a carry by Eckler. And this play going nowhere. He is taken down behind the line of scrimmage on their first play of the game.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
On second down, it's Daniels. Fine work defensively. That's going to be knocked away. Go down, it's incomplete.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. Even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds. That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
Incomplete. They couldn't get the connection on 4th. They'll wind up giving the ball over on downs.
So the message this coach is sending to his huddle is very clear. It's, hey, guys, I got all the confidence in the world. We're going to be aggressive all day. We're not afraid to fail. We are going to try to score on every possession. And as a player, you can't help but.
A pickup of 15 in the air. Good for a Lions first down. Off the play fake, here's Goff. To the right side, that's St. Brown. Remember, he had the touchdown on the opening drive, and here on drive 2, he gets a first down with that catch. Throwing, Goff. He'll find Montgomery out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down. That's going to do it. That's the last play of the first quarter. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. 6-0 is our score. And we are back to the Motor City in a moment. From the 1-yard line, first down and goal. They'll go play action with Goff. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down. They'll run with Montgomery. Powering forward. He's in. David Montgomery. Touchdown, Lions. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
And this is going to end up way short of the landing zone, so that's going to move the ball up to the 40-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. And he's going to be stopped in his tracks. They'll lose a couple of yards on that one.
Well, as been the case this entire first half, it's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. Luke McCaffrey, the intended receiver. And third down coming up. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Open man, left side, he's got it. Down to the 10. And he will go all the way. Luke McCaffrey, touchdown Commanders. Well, that was a pretty easy touchdown. He was wide open, Greg. Easy chance to close the deal, and they do with a touchdown.
And, Mike, it just appears to me that's just a breakdown defensively. You can't allow a receiver to not only be so open it's an easy pitch and catch, but then to have the space to operate after the catch to finish that one off in the end zone.
Seibert now following the touchdown. He's out to kick it away. And this one is fielded in the end zone. Will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Now, faking the give. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Here's Goff. Going for it all. That one underthrown and intercepted. Picked off by the former Wolverine, the rookie from Michigan.
The Commanders take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down. Off the bootleg. Here's Daniels. A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
They've been a little up and down in this first half. I mean, they have less than 80 yards of total offense and halftime looms. So missed throws like that, those are missed opportunities. They've got to hit the plays when they have them if they want to have a chance to leave here with a win.
They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. 3rd and a yard. It's Daniels. Oh, he tried to keep the play alive, but it is intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But, boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have...
That's in the end zone and intercepted. Picked off by Jeremy Chin.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
A quick throw right side. And he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this first half. Here's 1st and 10. Now this is going to... Oh, and the rookie puts it on the deck. It's a fumble. And no turnover here. One of the guards able to get the football and get on it to keep possession.
Now, obviously, there's never a good time to fumble the ball. It's probably the thing that teams stress the most is ball security. But it makes it a little bit easier knowing that your own team was able to fall on top of it, and at least you can maintain possession.
On play action, Daniels. That's over the middle and intercepted. It's the linebacker, Jack Campbell. We saw it earlier, the defense on the quarterback with the earlier interception. And now, Greg, not only do they pick him, they turn it into a pick six.
And, Mike, the reality is this has just been a bad first half throwing the football. I mean, not only is it a second interception, but this time the defense gets their hands on the ball, and they're able to take it all the way back for the pick six.
So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. Oh, what an unforced error at an untimely moment. Just tied the game, but then the kickoff out of bounds, and the ball comes out to the 40-yard line. Play action. Here's Daniels. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Off the play fake, here's Daniels. That's to McLaurin. They connect again. And they will get the first down here and move into field goal range inside the 25. On target, got it to McLaurin. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Keep it in the air. Here's Daniels. And for the 3rd time in this first half, he's been intercepted. Picked off by Carlton Davis. And he will